Welcome back, everyone. My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. If you have not by now, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel, like, comment, let me know what you found most valuable about the video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to re-import the credit reports inside of Credit Repair Cloud. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we are in the dashboard of the client. What we're going to do is we're going to import the credit report. So you can go to import and audit. That's going to take you to tab 1. Tab 1 is where you can go ahead and re-import the credit report. Now we're going to click on that button and we are going to re-import the credit report. Make sure that you have gone to Smart Credit or you have gone to the credit monitoring. We recommend Smart Credit. So if you have not signed up to become an affiliate with Smart Credit, it is completely free. You can use the link below. That link also helps support our channel at no cost to you because we are partnered and affiliated with Smart Credit. So you can sign up with Smart Credit. You can also use our link below to sign up to get your credit reports with Smart Credit if you do not want to be an affiliate with them. So we have re-imported the credit report. Now you're going to generate this nice re-import summary. What we want to do is download this summary immediately so we can upload it into the internal notes and then update our client with what has transpired. So it's been some months since we've updated the credit report because this client had some credit monitoring issues and we weren't able to get into their credit report. But as you can see, we were able to get 50 items deleted. Their credit score went up 38 points with Equifax, slightly down with Transunion, and about 48 points with Experian. So there were some items deleted, there were some items added, there was some items updated to negative. So you want to go through this summary, but you also want to understand what the credit report says, because at the end of the day, sometimes this report doesn't always have the most accurate information. And you always want to go off the information that is listed on the credit report. So we definitely want to make sure that we get everything that's under dispute situated. And if we need to send out additional letters, we can. So we're just going to scroll to the bottom of this because it's a lot to go through, 50 items to go through, to be honest. So we're going to download that as a PDF and we're going to go continue to the report view. Now, keep in mind, the report view is where we're going to tag and basically give all the reasons and the instructions as to what we would like done for the credit report. Okay. Now we want to make sure first and foremost that the address is correct. Select any names or addresses that are incorrect and inaccurate. We're going to select all addresses that are no longer valid, or maybe they don't even know where that address generated from. Okay. Now we're going to go to the inquiries. The client has added some inquiries, and that's okay to add inquiries, but we want to dispute any inquiries that are not tied to open active lines of credit. So what we're going to do is just go through and kind of see what we can dispute. All right. So the first item is the Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And what we're going to do is I have a violation of USC Code 1681A4, congressional findings and statement of purpose, right to privacy. That is from the Fair Credit Reporting Act. We also have a bankruptcy removal video that you need to watch, and we have a bankruptcy ebook. So you want to make sure that you watch the video and you get the ebook so that way you can understand how to get bankruptcies removed from your credit profile. So we're just going to say this account is inaccurate and I'm seeking litigation. I demand you delete it immediately. Okay, same thing for all of these. Okay. And then next we have an account here. We're just saying account data is fraudulent, please delete, or account information, account history, whatever account data is listed, you just want to put that down. Or maybe it's inaccurate. Maybe you want to say a different word. It's completely up to you. We'll add whatever reason and instruction that's going to be best fit for you. Now, here is an interesting situation. This is an older account and it's not actively reporting, but it is reporting as open on one bureau and derogatory and closed on another bureau. So what we can do is take a screenshot of that information and send it into the credit bureaus to let them know that the account data being reported is in fact fraudulent, inaccurate. incorrect. And we're just going to say the account information is incorrect. I demand you delete it immediately. Okay. We're just focused on the red stuff for right now. We're just focused on the accounts that are coming up as red. Now, here's an issue, and you got to be careful with these issues when something comes up as red and you see that the account is open and that there is a balance due, because we don't want them to close the account. Okay. The only reason why this is showing as derogatory is because of the late payment. So what we're going to do here is just put late payment status. I'll just copy and paste. Is an error. Please remove late payment status and update to paid as agreed. Okay. Anything that is not showing up in red, I'm not going to worry too much about it. This client's got a lot of positive accounts, so that's great. Here's another one where it says open and then it says derogatory. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in here account data is fraudulent. Please delete. Another one, and we don't need to go into exact detail, but if the account data is not accurate, it's fraudulent, so you want to just let them know, provide them with any sort of proof that you can, hey, I'm right, you're wrong, prove it or remove it, right? Prove it or remove it. So here's another one, open. It's got a balance. It's just reported as a late payment. So we're just going to select late payment. Okay. Remove 30 days late one time. Update to paid as agreed. Reported late payment is an error. We're just kind of giving them a brief overview of what is going on. So again, we're not going to mess with any of the accounts that are not showing up in red. Here's an account that is derogatory across the board. It shows a zero balance. It looks like it says that it was included in the bankruptcy. So we're just going to say, look, if the account was included in the bankruptcy, why are you still reporting it as derogatory? And plus, this is back from 2015. Data last activity is not even matching up. One is from 2017, one is from 2016, and another one is from 2017, but a completely different date. So if the account data is in fact fraudulent, okay, and we're going to just put see proof, and then of course it's inaccurate, remove it. There we go. So we've now tagged all of the accounts, the reasons, and the instructions. We're going to save the work and continue to the dispute wizard. So this is a good training video because this kind of just goes over like basic credit repair 101. And you don't have to be a law expert to do credit repair. It's helpful when you know the law. So if you are interested in learning more about the Fair Credit Reporting Act, I've got an ebook that I sell, and I'll leave the ebook link in the description. It's the Fair Credit Reporting Act ebook, and it points out some major points on the law, and it's interactive with the Cornell Law website. So it's a great resource for you to get familiar with and to start incorporating the law inside of your dispute letters, because it does help. And you can sue the credit bureaus after, you have given them ample notice. Ample notice can be 60 days. It could be 90 days. It just depends on the situation, but you got to keep proper documentation. If you plan to sue the credit bureaus, send everything certified mail, return receipt. If you don't plan to sue the credit bureaus, just send regular mail. You don't need to send certified. All right, so let's go ahead. We're inside tab 3, where we're going to generate all these letters. We're going to hit round 2 or higher, credit bureau letters first. And let's start with the bankruptcy, since that's at the top of our list here. Okay, save and continue. I am going to do a few things here. I'm going to send a credit bureau letter, and I have a bankruptcy letter in here. So I'm just going to generate that real fast. And I want to take out the number, put that down here. Okay. And that's why it's so much better when you have all this stuff automated, because you don't have to waste a bunch of time trying to figure out, oh my God, what letter do I need? And we sell our letter library on our website. So you can head over to therealnicolescott.com and you can purchase our letter library. So we're just going to put BK, since this is our BK, save, and we're going to go ahead and hit that back button. But before we clear those out, we're going to send letters to the creditors, being, in this case, the credit court and also LexisNexis. So let's go ahead and go to the credit reports. We'll be able to see what court the bankruptcy is being held with. Whenever you go to the credit reports, you want to switch to classic view when you're viewing the 3B reports and scores, and you want to scroll to the very bottom of the credit report. This is for smart credit users. This is going to provide us with all of the contacts for everyone that is listed on our credit report. And the U.S. Bankruptcy Court will be listed on here since they are one of the places that's listed on our credit report. So we can get the address for them right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab that. And again, we can just copy and paste, save, and it's going to be the address all the way down. So unfortunately, we're going to have to just copy all this down. There we go. Save and okay. And then same thing here. All right. We're going to go ahead and save that. Ignore. I'm certain of this because we know it's the correct address. And this is going to be going to the court. So we're going to send them a letter to the courts. Once everything's in green, you can generate your letters. So we're going to hit next to generate all of our dispute letters for this Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Okay. And you're just sending them a simple request saying, hey, do you guys report this information to the credit bureaus, blah, 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 right? And we know that they don't, but that's besides the point. We're going to save this and we're just going to put court. Okay. And we're going to hit the back button. And before we go any further, we're also going to send a copy of this to LexisNexis. And we don't need to put the same thing 3 times because it's going to just generate all that information. So let's go ahead and just make sure that the account information populated, and it doesn't look like it did. So I'm going to hit the back button and we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to copy that information so I can paste it in there just to save time because we have everything here, but it doesn't have the account numbers. And sometimes you can manually put that in. Transunion, we'll get that account number. Okay, we'll take this out and then we'll just put that one time and then we'll just copy this down, copy and paste. Okay, there you go. Save that, put LexisNexis. All right, we're going to hit our back button. So now we've sent letters out to the credit bureaus, the court, and LexisNexis to try to validate this bankruptcy. We're done with the bankruptcy. Let's go back up to credit bureaus where we can add some more accounts that are actually affecting this client. I'm going to try to group all of the fraud account data together so we can challenge all of this data that is actually listed as invalid, inaccurate, so on and so forth. And honestly, we can add the personal information to these letters as well. There we go. Add to dispute, save and continue. We're going to find a credit bureau letter. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a round 3 letter. And this round 3 letter has a lot of the law in it. So we'll be able to use a lot of the law here. Okay, go on to Experian. And again, just reformatting the letter. And I'm actually going to take out the one that says anything about late payments because this letter is not really meant for late payments. So I don't want to put any late payments on there. I'm just going to kind of redo the late payments on a separate letter. And I usually put about 5 to no more than 8 items, usually 5 to 7 items, but personal information, I don't count towards that number. Okay, so because personal information, there's no account associated and it's really like a completely separate thing. Like this is just personal information. This is not accounts. This is personal. So I don't count that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save these. This is going to be round 3 and we're just going to put personal info and disputes. Okay, we could just put general if we wanted to. That's fine. Save. And we're going to go ahead and hit that back button. And what you could do is you can also dispute it with the creditors that are reporting on here as well. So we're going to go ahead and go to the creditor furnisher. All of these addresses are actually in our system. If they were not in the system, you could verify the addresses on the credit report under this area right here and verify all of the addresses. I do recommend going through and verifying addresses just because you want to make sure that they're going to the right place. So sometimes I always just kind of double check it and make sure that they're going to the right place. Looks like most of this stuff is accurate. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit creditors and I'm going to go ahead and just put request removal of incorrect info. Generate the letter, and we want to just save all of those creditor disputes. And that just saved 7 letters for us in that shorter time frame. So they formatted fine, that you don't have to worry about being perfect. Just got to get the job done. We're going to hit the back button. Now we've disputed all of those accounts with creditors and credit bureaus. So we're going to go back up to credit bureau and we're going to add the rest of the items that are listed on the credit report. And in this case, it's just going to be those 30-day late payments. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and add those two items to a letter. And we're going to go ahead and just start with credit bureau letters. And in this case, we're just going to say late payment status, update to paid as agreed, adjust a little bit. And sometimes less is better when you're dealing with the credit bureaus because they want us to be brief. And of course, sometimes they're going to want additional documentation. So be prepared to send any type of proof documents that you have to support your claim. Now, what we're going to do is hit that back button and we're going to send this letter to the creditors who are reporting it. And we're going to ask them for forgiveness. We're going to ask them for a goodwill adjustment letter, generate the letter. And this just kind of goes on and on and on. And then I want to take out the litigation part because I want to try to be as friendly as possible. All right, save. And this is going to be goodwill. And the creditor might very well say no. That's a possibility, but all we can do is try, and that's what we need to do is continue to try for this client. What we're going to do now is just kind of take a look at the inquiries and see if there are any inquiries that we could potentially dispute. And we got most of the inquiries removed from this client. What I like to do for inquiries is I like to just put them into an Excel sheet and sort them. If you've seen any of my other videos, you may have seen me do that. So I'm just going to do that real quick here and just kind of add some inquiries in here. And I'm going to select credit bureau. Now, if you've already disputed inquiries, you'll have to manually add them in. So that's important for you to understand. Generate the letter. You can pretty much type in all the inquiries. So let's go ahead and just do it like that. So I'm going to actually use Microsoft Excel to get me through this because I don't want to have to do it any other way. It's way easier. Just going to custom sort it. Okay, so now I have all of the inquiries sorted by credit bureau. I'm going to just go back and say, I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, get those out of there. We'll go with Equifax first, which there's only two. Okay, and then we'll go to Experian. Okay, and then we'll go over to Transunion. Copy and paste is going to be one of your best friends. Okay, I think the Apple card is okay. We're not going to dispute that. I think we're good on everything else. Okay, so those are the inquiries. We're going to save it. And this is going to be like around 3-letter INQ. Save. You can save it as general. You can save it as inquiry. Either way, we're going to hit our back button and clear out everything and just take a look and make sure that we've got everything under dispute. Yes, we do. So now everything has gone from red to orange. And again, if you're disputing inquiries for the second time, they're still going to be in orange. So you're going to need to manually add them like we just did. So, but we've got everything else under dispute, which is now turned from red to orange. We've completed all of the dispute letters. All that we would need to do now is just print out the letters or send them with cloud mail, which is very easy to do. We print and mail because it's a bit cheaper, especially when we have so many letters. So we're going to be printing everything out and sending it on over to the credit bureaus. So again, guys, my name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. If you found value in today's video, I need you to do me a favor, leave me a comment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, watch the entire Credit Repair Cloud playlist coming up next.